Hi there everybody, it's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com. Thank you very much for joining me again today for another card making tutorial. And we're going to use a whole bunch of die cuts today to make our card. This is from the Pierced Blooms dies. Aren't they just awesome? So many dies on there, all with this pierced detail to them. They do coordinate in some way to the In Bloom stamp set. I don't think there are any that specifically cut out the elements of the stamp set, but you can use them all together to create a really layered look. So the focus is on this, like I say, on the dies today to create this lovely little card. And we're featuring the in colours again, so those in colours are just superb for these floral type cards. Really work very well together. And if you've watched my videos this week, you'll know that I've used the stamp set to create some cards with the in colours as well, so you can look back and look at those as well. So all of the colours in use there with the stamp set, and we're going to do something similar but with the dies. Okay, so quite a bit of the prep's been done already, in that I've got a card base and I've cut some layers of cardstock. They aren't exactly the same as the sample card, but nonetheless you can layer these up as much or as little as you want. So I'm using the Evening Evergreen, beautiful dark green, and the Soft Succulent with the Whisper White to create my card front. Okay, so obviously we're going to layer all these together, get them onto the card, and we may as well do that right now because we're not adding any other stuff to these. So we're just going to use some Stampin' Seal for that, which those of you who watch regularly know I really enjoy using because it's quick and easy. Okay, so I've got a bit of a deeper layer on the Evening Evergreen this time. But we're just going to have a little sneak of Soft Succulent. Those two greens just work so well together. So well. Okay, so that's our panel that we're going to put onto our card front. Okay, and this is just a regular card base. So again, I'm just sort of lining up my 3 edges there and then dropping that down. Just got a bit of fluff on the on there. That's it. Give that a crease, line it up, and rub that score line down so that it is all nice and folded. Okay, so that's our basis of our card, all done, nice and easy. Done a bit of die cutting already, so I've already got a polished pink flower and 2 in fresh freesia, and I've already got some centres there which are in the pale papaya. And I've just realised I was going to show you how to gut your cardstock, so instead we're going to get our scraps of cardstock and do it that way. So just need to grab some Soft Succulent there. There we are, and we've got some Evening Evergreen there as well. So what I was going to do was cut the leaves out of the centre of each of those mats, and when you layer them together you'd never know the difference. It just saves yourself some cardstock. So we'll pretend these are the layers. Okay. Now the die set's really cool in that we've got some multiples. So we're going to do a couple of these ones in the middle here, and we're going to do these ones. There's little leaves here. I like to work in odd numbers. And then we'll have this one. So we've got 3 of these little stubby leaves, sort of regular shaped leaves if you like, being cut out the middle of our cardstock. So when we bring in our cutting plate, we've got plenty of room to line up the cardstock onto the plate with those in the middle. And likewise with this. Okay, so we can run them all through at the same time, no problem. Of course, individually these will go through the mini emboss machine. So that would obviously take smaller pieces of cardstock, but the similar principle applies in that you could in fact still cut something out of the centre of that and still use it for layering something smaller. Beg your pardon. So when we take away our top plate, we'll have these lovely die cut leaves. They just come straight out of the die, no problem. So there we go, those are those, and I shall put those back on the carrier sheet in a moment. Stick away that cardstock, and we're going to have an extra set of these leaves that we need, so we will just squeeze in another one into the side there and get that run through too. So a fair bit of die cutting to do for this card, but it is really nice and quick and easy, and the multiples of the leaves in particular just means that you're not necessarily going through as many times as you might imagine if you had one of everything. That's just stuck to my yeah. The pressure sometimes just gets means that the dies sort of stick into the cutting plate a little bit, but that's exactly what it's supposed to do. It's going to take sometimes they fall straight out like those ones did. They didn't need any help at all. So you just use a poker tool, they just release from the die, no bother whatsoever. Okay, so that's what we've got in terms of all our die cut elements here. Okay, the only thing we need is a sentiment, so we're going to bring in the Evening Evergreen ink. So to keep to the colour palette, I could have brought in black or anything, so if you wanted to do that you could. And I've got a strip of cardstock here which is 1 inch wide, and we're going to ink that up and try and get it straight-ish on this strip, about there. Okay, that's really cool, and we've got some really super punches, that's the word, punches, that are designed to put decorative ends into our strips of cardstock. So, sorry, just should have got those out and just changed my mind that I was going to show you. So we've actually got 3 of them now. We've got the treasured tags pick a punch, so they do these lovely little banner ends. Okay, the I think this was the original and best lovely labels with those ones. Oh no, those aren't triple, sorry, that's not treasured, that's the banner pick a punch, that's the lovely labels, and then this one is the treasured tags punch. So you've got loads and loads of choice. I used this one. Let's use this one, the treasured tags. It's really like this rounded end on this one. So we're punching that end, and the guides will help you just sort of keep that straight into the punch there. So I'm just going to slot that through all the way to the back, and we can see that if it's lined up or not at the back. just going to just make sure it's central, because I didn't cut that end straight, I just did it freehand with a pair of scissors. So I'm just eyeballing that at the back there, just to make sure that that's even, and just punching that away. Of course it does make your overall piece of cardstock a little bit shorter, but not by much. Just something to bear in mind when you're cutting things down. I'm going to grab a couple of these little sort of offcuts of dimensional strip to put on there. Perfect for this kind of thing. Okay, and our flowers can each have a dimensional on the back too, so they're ready to go. Doesn't show through the little piercing elements. If we bring in our card base, we can get this all put together and layered up really. So we're dropping this sort of below centre. I'm deliberately overhanging the edge. Breaking that border just sort of brings your eye into the design. And then I like to place my flowers. So again, we're using this rule of threes a little bit to get those into position where we want them. You can intertwine them, overhang them, do what you want with them. We'll stick that one there. We can add our little floral centres, so that's the little papayas that we've already cut. Now I'm going to take my the Take Your Pick tool. Is really good for picking up these little pieces, so we can just pop that down onto there and press that into place. They are irregular shaped, it just gives them a little bit more of an organic look to them. Okay, oops, tacky. If your tack's just gone a little bit, you can just push through some more by twisting the end. Okay, and we need to do those ones as well actually. I'm going to bring in a silicone mat here just so that I can just protect my surface actually, because I'm just going to put some wet glue onto the back of these elements to add them to my card as well. So we'll do these bits first I think. So I'll just put some glue towards the bottom there, so that the tops can still move around a little bit and give the card a bit of movement. And we can just slot those into place where we want them. Okay, so I think these are really good for sort of framing your card. It's instantly just where it needs to be. In fact, I'm going to leave that one just until we've positioned all the other little pieces. So I've got a small leaf to put in place up here. Ooh. And there. So I think what I'm going to do is cut down this one, pinch it off, and we'll put that in place under here. the wet glue just gives you a bit of a moment or two just to get things positioned how you want them to be. Just press those down, and there we are. Really, really cute die cut card. Of course, all that glue will just need to dry a little bit. I haven't added any bling. Should we add some? I've got the in colour jewels here actually, and I think it might be nice to add a little bit more of that pale papaya in through there, so as it is just a little less of it. So we'll take some of those and add them on as well. Just to sort of make a bit of a different positioning because of the way I've designed my card. I'll do something even more different on this one. Just go with it. There we are. Just to add a little bit more sparkle, shine, bring in that other colour just a little more. And we'll just get these put away because if I don't, they'll end up going walkies. And there you have it. Really, really quick, easy die cut card using the PS Blooms dies and the coordinating in bloom stamp set for the sentiments. So I hope you've enjoyed that. Another idea of what you can do with the in colours. I do love them as a set. Really, really work very, very well together, as you can see. Thanks ever so much for joining me today. As always, the products I've used will be linked below in the description, so if you haven't got a demonstrator already, please do stop by. And in the meantime, please do stay safe. Take care, everybody. Take care. Bye.